Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's Round 18 VPL2 match between the hosts, Brunswick Juventus, and the visiting side, Geelong Soccer Club, live from CB Smith Reserve, and all thanks to our main sponsor, Joe's Quality Corner at Preston Market, a family-owned and operated business with a large range of quality meats and sausages, so please go down and check that out. It is myself, Alexander Stojanovski, on the mic tonight, and I've got Joe here joining me here tonight for this big clash. Joe.
Thank you, Alex. Yes, big clash tonight, equally important for both teams. Still a long way to go in the season, and I'm sure both teams would like to get some points on board.
Absolutely, and I believe last time these two teams met, it was a 2-0 win for Brunswick Juventus with goals from Greg Samoa and Joshua Bina. In that game, there was about 10 yellows, believe it or not.
It was quite competitive, Alex, as you would expect. Playing away from home, the home pitch, Geelong quite accomplished at what they do, and we expect nothing different tonight, so we look forward to a good game.
Yeah, and obviously the weather quite cold tonight, but nonetheless, players have got some gloves on. They'll be running their boots off for tonight. So let's see what we have. The referee is about to get us underway here at CB Smith. So there is the whistle. So the home form as of a bit is a bit of concern. 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Need the points here tonight. Brunswick.
Bit scratchy, you've got to say that in regards to the results, but we've been better than that. There's been some games where we've dominated, not got enough out of the game, but I'm sure the black and white horde would like to see that turn around tonight.
Absolutely, and Geelong on the other hand sitting in 10th position with 5 wins, 4 draws and 8 losses, 19 points, and their last game against Springvale White Eagles, unfortunately a 4-1 loss, which I guess coming into tonight would be a good thing. Brunswick will look at that and think, okay, we play our game, we win. Simple as that.
The operative words there was play the game, and in order to do that, in order to win, you need to put some goals in the net. So
absolutely,
there'll be no pushover. Talking out of school, I'd say the lads are confident, but it's a case of getting the job done. No reason why we couldn't.
Yeah, and again, Geelong sitting towards the bottom end of that table. They're really going to want to scrap for any kind of points here tonight, so they will make it somewhat difficult, won't they?
It looks like it already. They're quite content to let us have the ball in the back third, just shuffling across as necessary. No one looking to bite.
Yeah, they'll find their moments. Slip up. Yep, they'll find their moments to go, and important to structurally stay together there, Geelong, if they want to try and pinch something here tonight.
Trying to stretch it as wide as we can, getting some early touches on the ball.
Yeah,
but as I say again, under no general pressure just yet. Geelong quite happy to accommodate us.
Yeah, just waiting and building with some patience in the back here, Brunswick, as they look to find a way through. Important to have those touches a little bit more closer to within their players. Don't want to take a heavy touch and then lose it and get countered. Ball over the top, look good. Game goes on. Not sure what's going on here, but the ball goes towards the back, and there'll be an early corner.
Rintugaki took over there from the wide player, Tramontana, I think it was, and played the ball inside, but well covered by Geelong.
Yeah.
Gilboy there battling away. Can't give anything up.
Get the first corner of the game.
Bit overcooked, goes out to the other side, Lovich.
Just staying in there. And Geelong now trying to find their way through. A heavy touch that turns that ball over. Opportunity here for Gilboy. Plays it through. That shot, just over in the end.
He's not going to die wandering, Lockie Smith, just over the bar there.
Yes.
Gilboy looking to get the early shot across, just found his way blocked, but found Smith with a nice inside pass.
Yeah, going to be a little bit more tighter than that, because if you give Lockie Smith a bit of time and space, you can cook up another goal.
Yeah, he's determined.
He's very capable too, isn't he?
I must say, a good season.
First spell of what we will see from Geelong. They haven't had any stint or time on the ball as of yet. And I'll pick this one up through the middle. Try to play it through. Easily cut out. And sent high. And now for throw in.
Sibioi indicating he was held back with the round arm. Not picked up by either official.
No.
Play on, Nicky.
Battled in the air, brought down. And Geelong, they've got this ball in their feet. They caress it and they play it wide. Overstep and a little flick back. Goes out wide. Big switch. Cleared out. And that one will get recovered in the end. Geelong will recycle.
First thrust forward, Alex has been quite impressive. Picked the opportune moment to do that. So they're quite capable of causing us some grief.
Yeah. But so far, the questions have been answered from the Brunswick defence, not allowing anything as of yet to be put onto the goal. Flags up. So we'll get a restart in the defensive half. A little bit too quick. Campbell. Happy to play that one across. This one set long to Chase. Has to be sure in the end.
Nicely timed run.
Yep.
And keeper's done a good job to actually get out there quick enough, but another good time run by Gilboy.
Yeah. Had to be sure there.
Formerly sitting in 4-2-3. So once we get into our half, there's plenty of red shirts trying to cut out the space.
Yep. Referee happy to give the foul there. Stoppage in play. So third place at the moment, Brunswick Juventus, 10 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses, sitting on 34 points and coming off a big 3-2 win over Werribee City last week. But their form over the last 5 games has seen them win 2 and drawn 2, and only the 1 loss. So there's been somewhat some inconsistencies, but I feel like Joe, the coach tonight, after the discussion I had with him, is fairly confident they can get the job done tonight.
They trained really well during the week. It would have been taken heart from their application, and really can't fault their application at the moment. So just need to be a little bit more clinical, I'd imagine he would have said, going forward. And once we do get those chances will come. We've been patient. Werribee game was pointing question there. We probably should have had that game wrapped up a little bit sooner than what we did, but the other team's got to play, obviously.
Of course. And as you talk about playing, that ball, unfortunately, was a bit too
straight there.
Yeah, in the end, if it was a little bit further wide, could be something on that one. And,
that could have been there. I think Joshua Binner, just a little bit too much of a straight putt, that one.
Yeah. And we know Binner likes to score against Geelong.
Yes, he did. A cracking goal when he came on as substitute against Geelong the first round.
Yep. Long ball. That one's up and under. brought down in the end. Bit of an aimless pass, and it's actually come back and given away again for Geelong. That ball, flag stays down. Run is on. Lockie Smith's ball in the end. Flag is actually raised for offside.
Yeah, it looked like he was just level or just over from this angle, so nonetheless the intent was there.
Still a positive start though. They're looking for those runs and not afraid to play those balls in behind Brunswick. Down the line. Bit of a hidden hope in the end. Not worked out.
Wherever you're watching around the world, very chilly day in Melbourne, but perfect for football.
Indeed it is, and now Geelong look to play those triangles and play that through ball, just slightly intercepted and went into path where they could recover the ball, and
The skipper there getting in with a
important one,
timely back pass.
Yeah, very important. Good boy.
Great ball.
Flag is up in the end.
Oh, yes. Must have realised that body language suggested something wasn't 100% there, Gilboy.
Yeah. And the linesman already had stopped his run to give the flag.
I think Lewis knew something was coming.
Yep.
Just hiding in the shadows there. Didn't see that.
Dari. Happy to play one back. Ball towards Gilboy. Asked to fight for that one. Geelong retain well.
Been nice and tight on him, the centre half. Hasn't allowed him the usual spin back.
Yep. Connell plays it back for Geelong, and then a long sweeping ball forward. If there's a flick on, a bit too high in the end. Easily recovered by Jamie Gazelle. Lost out. Ball played wide. Opportunity may beckon here for Geelong, but in the end, foul given away by Geelong. So we'll have possession here at the back for Brunswick. Just waiting for the ball. Sure what's happened. There we go. Well underway. Lovich. Happy to sit in as the ball gets played centrally now. Kundari. Just directed to make some rounds. Sal gets that ball.
Nice ball.
Almost.
Cut out.
50-50 in the middle. Won by Geelong, but direction of that pass.
Plenty of numbers back really quickly.
Yeah. Looks like they are happy to sit deep and try to counter here tonight, Geelong.
Yeah.
Can see.
Not an unusual story.
Yeah, the 50-50 balls, if you win them, you've got to have plays around, and at the moment, Brunswick are all over those second balls. That Slip there. And now...
It's gone over a couple of times, Tagaki.
Tagaki, isn't he? Yeah.
Bit of dew on the ground straight away.
Yep. Hopefully not any more of those slips. Might have to look for a new pair of boots.
Yeah.
It's a good little ball. Bit of space here. Yep. That one sent back. Tension of the ball here for Geelong, and they send that one forward. Kind of just trying to find a way through to find a couple passes, but I think Brunswick really well aware where the ball's going to end up going. That's a good way to set up and pinch that ball back and just try to find some spaces. If not, a couple of pockets would be nice. That's a foul. The referee brings that one back. Is that Lovich? Looks like it.
Yeah.
Brings it in.
Lovich.
Yeah, it goes back to Lovich. He's going to put that one towards the back. It's like Giselle was there. Flicks it into the path. There's Campbell. Little touch there. Oh, Kandari now. Wide. Oh, just trying to flick that one down the line. He's cleared though. Lovich brings it down. Plays it through. Kandari. Oh, that's a cheeky little ball to the near post. Had to be cleared in the end. Brunswick find themselves in some really good wide positions to get crosses in, and a lot of those times result to corner kicks, and a lot of those corners would need to be practiced, and hopefully there's a little set play here we can see they can pay off for the home side.
We can see a pattern here, so it just depends. We need the end result.
Starts with the delivery, and he's in the right area. That shot, that's going to be wide in the end.
Don't think that run really went to plan, but nonetheless, I'm sure we'll get another opportunity.
Yeah. I'm sure Geelong happy to take their time on these goal kicks. Wondering if the referee will pick up a pattern of length of time. He's already said it now. He's like, what are you doing? I was thinking about that too, Joe. I was like, is he taking his time taking his kick? Because it's only 16th minute, but...
Good to see the refs on the ball like that.
Yeah.
And they are wide for sound too tonight, I think.
Which is good. That's Lawless trying to win that flick on, but Lovich wins it. Throw in. Lawless brings it into play. Down the line. Well, one, and he'll get the throw in there. Number 3 is Lockie Campbell. And he'll receive that throw in and play that one across. Switch. Probably not where he wanted it to go to in the end. Campbell. That ball a bit light. Kundari gets to it. Does well.
Just that final ball, instead of a floater one day, it'll get there in the right trajectory.
Yep. Just need to take a bit off the height of that ball. Kind of give it a bit more of a piercing ball through. And that one works out well, actually. Comes out wide. Low ball in. Ooh. And in the end, it just trickles across everyone.
Got a gamble there.
Yeah.
Well applauded. Lovely ball in by Ubina, but Lockie Smith's got a gamble there. That's a sliding tap in.
Yep. probably just caught on his heels, and it was a bit too late once he realised.
Easy to do. You're watching trajectory, you're watching time, you're watching offside. There's a lot of things to consider, but strikers, poachers, they gamble.
Yeah. Sometimes a little bit of a sniff is all you need to get one of those, and I guess you build up one of those in terms of your reputation. Once you start doing that at a younger age, it comes a little bit more natural when you get old, doesn't it?
True, that's the plan. Oh, he's more than capable, Lockie Smith.
Yeah.
Good control of the ball.
Yep. It's probably going to be shielded in the end, isn't it? Yep, it is. So it was well defended in the end.
Yeah, good work by the defender.
Joe Lawless, number 2 for Geelong. Referee. Not giving him much of a stare yet, has he? No, he's looking at his watch just to make sure not too much time's taken off this goal kick. So throw in on the far side. Geelong yet to create anything as of yet. Taking a bit longer to bring that into play. Brunswick, on the other hand, will try and win that back. Geelong looking to bring this one in, and in the end stays in play. Looks like it was going to go out for a corner. Just going to send that one forward
now.
Yep. Got to be sure here, under pressure. In the end, just hit forward with a bit of hope. Campbell. Ball goes central. Get that back, Campbell. Again, not the ball that they're looking for, Brunswick, but again, Geelong just a little bit nervous with the way they clear that ball. Needs to be a little bit more sure of what they're doing. If they're either bringing that ball down or actually just sending it out properly. So
just keep asking the questions.
Yep, that ball sent towards Campbell, Smith. Smith, and then Lawless had to deal with it. It gets cleared out by Josefovski. Brunswick looking to ramp up a bit of pressure here. Just need to pick up the tempo if they can. That ball is great. That's the way you do it. Break that line. Just need to be able to find that next pass, which will break that line down. The referee will give that foul. Work. Brunswick now coming forward from that left-hand side. Flag is up again. So another offside flag.
It was flagged early.
Playing a fairly moderate high, not too high, Geelong. Don't want to play the line too high, a bit risky otherwise, especially when you've got players like Lewis Gilboy who absolutely just burn your defenders with his speed. one sent wide. And the ball again, a bit aimless from Geelong.
Every time they go forward, we're so far positioning in the right place. Lockie Campbell's had a good start to the game.
Yep.
Not troubled so far, but we really want to put them on some scoreboard pressure.
Absolutely. Lawless, 6 feet. Geelong now. Referee waves it away.
Referee right behind it.
Gilboy, that's a good run. He's onside. Lewis Gilboy. And in the end, it had to be saved. And Thomas Yosofsky did well. The referee just...
By the referee's explaining his decision earlier. It's got a yellow card written all over it if he keeps going.
Yeah, he's not... That's the captain.
Lockie Smith had made a good run. Gilboy chose to go on his own. Every right to, given that close.
Yep.
Good save by the keeper. I think the ref's heard enough now.
The captain
and
too.
He has. And that went to the skipper, who justifiably thought he should be able to say something, but obviously said a little bit too much.
Yeah, too much in the end. I think the referee just said, you know what?
Yep. So Rory McEwen collects a yellow card for Geelong.
So we'll get a corner. Third one of the game for the home side. Question is, will they get it goal from here? And that one cleared out, up in the air. Spilled and cleared out.
No one really wanted that one. The keeper fortunate to hang on.
Luckily enough, but now a bit of space opening up. Lawless trickles forward, but unable to find his teammate there. O'Connell. And a player down at the moment for Brunswick. Hopefully nothing serious. Wondering if he's holding his hamstring there. Just wondering. Who that could be. It's not Gilboy, is it? Can't tell from here.
That's not what the Zebras faithful would be keen to see.
No.
No movement. Oh, there's a change happening here.
Yeah. I thought maybe it was a hamstring or he did something with the muscle.
He has obviously indicated there's a change coming up.
Yeah. Never want to be really forced into any early changes or changes in the first half in general.
No, but even to the player himself, he's coming off now. Turnaround of the season, everybody's keen to do well. Got his head in his hands, unfortunately, at the moment. He's hoping he's okay. He's able to get up gingerly enough. He's a warhorse, Kunda, but limping off as we speak.
So, Matty Kundari.
Just hope it's an extension of some sort and not anything sinister. It looks like he's walking, a little bit of pressure on it.
Yeah, he's very gingerly coming off. Looks a bit upset too. Not good to see that, but teams will take this stoppage and look to discuss how the first 25 minutes have gone. And how do you see them going yourself, Joe? Do you think it's been fairly comfortable so far?
Comfortable it has been. Plenty of the ball, some half chances. Maybe something goes our way a little bit more favourable. We get a tap in, but we don't. Geelong still able to exploit things. They've proven that on a couple of occasions. They've got to the final third. We don't want to test it to see how far that goes. So still an arm wrestle at this stage.
Yep. Here's the substitution, number 7 and number 13 coming on.
Substitution for Brunswick Juventus, going off number 7, Matthew Kundari, coming on number 13, Dimitrios Paraskos.
So, change it is. It's going to be a throw in for Geelong. Lawless. Just bring this one in.
They to defend here. Geelong look to recover. This time passing out we come.
Yep. Good ball. Just the first touch has to be good, and it was.
Great take by Gilboy.
Gilboy, 1v1.
Should cut inside. No.
Goes wide, shot, and saved again.
On target, but saved. You're right.
So, 2 opportunities for Gilboy. That one was a little bit more difficult than the first one, being put in a wide position to try and take that opportunity.
He's earning his biscuits so far, Josefowski.
Yes. Nice duck ball, Lovich. That low ball, easily defended in the end. Important times for Geelong to defend these moments, especially when you know there's about 15 odd minutes left in this first half. They definitely want to try and cling on to at least a 0-0.
They'd be fairly happy with how proceedings have gone at the moment.
Yeah. So Rubina moved on to the near side towards us. So
And it's not being disrespectful either, Alex. It's just stating for what it is. We've had a fair amount of the ball, specifically in our half as well. So, and I'm sure Geelong's come with a plan.
Yeah.
And so far, they'd be satisfied with how it's gone.
Yeah, you are right. There's definitely been some purpose and intent in the way they are playing. They have looked to make it frustrating for Brunswick, though hasn't been a perfect performance. They've let a couple opportunities through Gilboy, but yeah, a couple good saves by Thomas to keep them level.
Yeah, Lewis Gilboy shouldn't need too many more opportunities before he signs one off.
Yeah, don't want to give him too many. You know what he's capable of doing. I was just mentioning to you, Urbina moving to this near side towards us, on maybe trying to give a bit of a spell against Lawless.
So a bit of a shape change too, able to cut inside. Smith playing through the middle.
Yep. Down the line in the end. Give it away.
Dimitri Paraskos has settled into Kunda's role in the holding.
Yep.
With Luka Lovic pushed a little bit further forward. And Rintagaki in front of him as well. So
yeah,
all three are quite capable of settling back into a shape.
That's correct. And as you've mentioned, Rintagaki, haven't actually seen him too much on the ball. Would like to see him getting more involved. We know what he's capable of doing when he gets in the right positions.
Yep. Likes to come in late, Tagaki, so...
Yeah, lovely use of the ball, and he's in that right spot now. Just Gilboy trying to really bustle his way through the defence.
Just a bit too much on that last touch.
Yep.
But you're right, Tagaki, he's had a couple of sliding tackles to get the ball back in our possession in the first 10 minutes or so, but since then, not so much now. He's pushed a little bit further forward at this stage.
Hopefully to try and get him involved in some attacking phases. A little bit further up the field, though.
He cherishes coming in late from midfield to score goals. Been very impressive this season doing that.
Yep, and they're going to need one tonight at least if they want to at least get those 3 points. Geelong, not on the other hand. Oh, that's not a good. That's not a good clearance or a brought down.
First slip up for Lockie Campbell.
Yep, Campbell gives it away. That ball towards the back. Easily dealt. Gilboy trying to get onto that. Doesn't in the end. Canoan was first to it. Now Geelong get this ball and put their foot on it a little bit, play it around. Bit of space to work into. Neat footwork. Bit of holding. And the referee brings this one back. So we have a free kick here. It's a dangerous territory.
Yeah, it is. A bit of a scramble there. You must have seen something you didn't like.
Yeah, a lot of hands in possibly, and didn't want to allow for that to happen throughout the game. Thought best of it to give the foul. But
it's a left footer. Looks like he's going to be in range.
Yeah, it's one of those territories for free kicks where if you can get a bit of a loft on it and a bit of a dip, cause some trouble for the goalkeepers.
Liam Price just making sure that wall's covered the near post. A good season himself, Liam Price, all the way from WA. Just checking one more time, back into position.
Yep. It's probably their first opportunity at goal in the shot, and Price in the end makes the save.
Yeah, goes down easily enough to his left, pushes it to the side. So they're quite capable. We won't want to be giving them too many kicks in and around the box.
Yeah. This also brings their first corner of the game. So you can see they've got a nice little setup at the near post.
Plenty of white shirts behind. Just need to make sure we meet it.
Yep. So that ball does go towards the near post, cleared out in the end. Referee lets the play go on.
Tramontana came off second best there as Pricey comes out, punches it away.
Important to get his hands there, and it was a nice, good amount of fist on that one from Price. A throw in now for the home side. Brunswick. Tagaki. Referee happy to let go some decisions. Some of the home faithful's not too happy with some of the calls.
Almost 40 minutes in, seeking a little bit of possession themselves now, Geelong.
Yep.
It's amazing what confidence does. Corner, scramble. All of a sudden your time on the ball is there.
Yeah, but now they've been squeezed all the way back. And that one set wide. Should be one in the air. Is. Just got to leave that one there. I think it's Tagaki coming back. So, kept in the end. Bit of pressure.
One here.
Yep. Going to have to send this one out, which they do. Just want to see them bring that ball down. Try to attack the defenders. So Campbell goes out wide. Jamie Gazelle.
Just overran it, Paraskos.
Yep, and Geelong now being hustled and harried. The ball comes back, flag down.
Looked onside, and he is.
Back post run. Rabina's in there. The run goes on. That one in the end by Gilboy given away. Nice little touch. Unfortunately wasn't able to get that one in the end. It was
Generally handled things okay at the back.
Yeah, no, it's been difficult being the couple of lone warriors up top for Geelong. Especially when you have that first touch and you've got no one to pass to. It does become difficult to retain that ball. Zurabina now tries the first time, ball over the top. in the end. That one flicks all the way back. Josifovski.
It's not as if we're sitting back in huge numbers either. The fullbacks, both Tramontana and Jamie Gazelle, have been high and wide. Generally cope pretty well with the flat 3 or the flat 2.
Yeah, and then you know that Geelong are happy to kind of play this ball around, and if it gets to the left or right back, they try to look for that ball over the top. And if it's not on, and you can see that one down the line, that one's going to be easily dealt with. Campbell's there.
Got really some of the ball, according to the referee.
Not too sure about that one.
It's always good. Must have had something.
Yeah.
Good athlete in his own right, Campbell. So for leg speed, just got there, I'd say.
Yeah, would have been close. Nice wide pass.
A steady year, Paraskos as well. Every time he's been called on, he's made the role his own. He's done well.
Yep.
Whether he started or come off the bench.
Paraskos on the ball now. It's drifted wide here. Good ball over the top.
Great ball.
Unfortunately, let that down with the cross. All the way back. Price.
It's always up for an adventure, Liam Price.
Ball over the top. Flag is down. Touch.
A nice first touch, Gazelle. He gets there early enough to be able to make himself some space.
Yeah, but
tries to go in again behind, but both times.
I think the spacing between the defenders have been really, really solid from Geelong, making sure that gets past one, not the other. Ball goes out wide. Trying to find a nutmeg there. It was Trajkovski. Lawless goes back. O'Connell retreats that all the way across now, where Geelong can find a bit of space to make a bit of an adventure run here. To do that, and in the end, they kept it in. 1-2. Didn't work out in the end. Ball out wide. Your boy skipping his way through, and unfortunately not able to find his way around.
He's tried that about half a dozen times tonight. I know I'd like to see him cut in on his right foot. Got a nice shot on right foot, just as equally as good as he left.
I think the defender also has worked out that he likes to go down the line to his left foot, so might want to try.
Might all be pre-planned, and we'll get a right shot in at some stage.
Hopefully. Long goal kick, won by Geelong, but in the wrong direction as home side now coming away. That ball, Lawless will cut it out, but unfortunately able to retain the ball. So it'll be a throw in. Sal brings it in. Little touch by Lovic. That ball will go back across from Campbell, and will find Brunswick in a position where they have been most of the night wide, or at least central. But this time they've progressed the ball further up. That ball over the top looks good. First touch.
First time.
Looked like a cross more than a shot, but in the end, it will be a goal kick.
Made up some ground to get to it.
Yep. But that's a better sign from Brunswick. They were able to get that ball further up.
Nice full back on the overlap there, and he's been really handy since he's come back from injury. Fairly long-term injury, Tramontana. Going back to pre-season and only just rejoined the group a few weeks ago. Bit of a nudge out. Not sure what the referee was
That
doing
was
there.
a pretty
Actually,
good challenge.
he indicated with his arm it was a free kick. Didn't blow the whistle, but got another opportunity to do likewise now.
Yep. Lovic sends it across. It's a good touch. Centrally. Referee just asking for that one to be taken back. Correct position.
Through the middle here.
Oof. Dangerous. But they get away with it there. Geelong. The ball again given away. Been very poor playing that ball through the middle. Now Lovic. Smith. Sell over the top. Gets a nice little touch there. That tackle, it's a bit lunging, but happy's as much as the referees to let that one go. It was definitely won by the ball.
In the end, it looked like a little bit of a cameo, but...
This time, Urabina finds a beautiful ball. We're going to see one on the right. We are, and in the end...
Just dropped it again, the keeper. He's in the right place, but this time Gilboy does go on his right.
Yeah, we did call that.
Hoping one gets over the line shortly as we near half-time.
Yeah, we are bang on 45 here, so there will be some at a time. We have had some stoppages here with obviously Kundari having to come off, unfortunately. Giard joining in. He's been the early sub in this game. That's a nice little flick. Rubina flag down. Keeper out again. And Thomas Yusovsky making sure nothing breaches that goal. He's left. Referee looking at his watch. I think we might see the halftime whistle, which we do. So, Joe, 0-0 at halftime.
0-0 at halftime, and I can report that halftime also Whittlesea United versus North Geelong Warriors, currently 2-1 for North Geelong.
There you go. So, tune in. We will be back very, very shortly for this second half. And before we head off, I do want to make a quick mention that without the sponsor, or without the main sponsor, Joe's Quality Corner at Preston Market, we wouldn't have this. So a very, very nice little shout out to the family-owned and operated business with a large range of quality meats and sausages. So please make sure you go down and check that out. We'll be back for this second half, so stay with us. We'll be back very shortly. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. And we're just tuning in to this second half. We will see actually an early change actually in this second half. So number 22 coming onto field was Greg Samoa. Number 17, which is the number I saw up there, was Lockie Smith. So we did end up seeing a change, which begs the question.
Get back onto the score sheet,
Yep, and probably the right change if they want to get Greg Samoa. He's got a great finish on him, Greg Samoa, so if he gets in the right positions.
He's been amongst the goals. He's been amongst the goals, Greg, so he'll want to recapture some of that form. Missed a couple of games through suspension. He's still shocked about that, personally. Nobody thought there was too much in it, but obviously there was, so 2 weeks suspension, and sort of hasn't hit his stride since he's been back a couple of weeks now.
It's good to see him back. I'm sure he's going to be very lively in this second half, and possibly, would love to say, amongst the goals too. And
He'd certainly like to be.
Right. We've got some, obviously we're out a bit early. I think the referee's just waiting to get the kickoff going. Should be moments away from this second half kickoff. And again, without our major sponsor, or the main sponsor at least, Joe's Quality Corner, Preston Market, a family-owned and operated business with a large range of quality meats and sausages. So please do head down and check that out, as we are moments away from this second half. And I'm sure, Joe, you are optimistic about getting this first goal for Brunswick. Are we going to see it?
We certainly want to.
We get away. Slightly. There we go. Bit eager there. Long ball to start the second half. Another one to clear it. That one's going to come into the crowd. Hopefully someone's not on their phone or aren't on their phone. Ball on the pitch. Just got to get that one off. It's off the pitch. There we go.
Does a great job too, the physio, Michele.
He was asking the linesman to get the ball, which was great. So ball over the top, looking for Lovic.
Fairly unobtrusive there, Michele was. Nobody saw him scamper on and scamper off.
Nice. Still fit as a fiddle, isn't he?
Yes, very much so. He does a fine job with the tuning up.
One. Lovic chasing that one down.
Well, intercepted. Well, Theo Oresti's on as well, so there's been a change at the backlock and Campbell's gone off by the looks of it.
So two changes.
Two changes. You can see the scoreboard there, but something's gone amiss with Lachlan. He didn't have a reasonable half in the first half.
So Oresti.
Theo Oresti, more than capable. He's had a great season so far.
Yeah, he has. Try to take that one on early, Gilboy. Heavy touch. So we've seen three changes. One being forced, obviously, but two in this second half to begin with. And what do you think the approach is there from Joe? Do you think he's just trying to get some more attacking options or plays to go through? Look, actually, just as we talk about it, and that's wide.
Greg Samoa be chastising himself. That looked short and nestled into the far corner, and it didn't. Missed the far post.
It was
But a
whistling
little
past.
bit more intensity, I feel.
Yep, that one just whistled past in the end, and gee, will we close for the opener? It was Greg Samoa.
Never gives one up. He still battles way, and that looked like it was going to hit the post and roll in at the very least, but it didn't. But a little bit more intensity, I feel, just moving it that little bit quicker, maybe a little bit more direct too.
Yep.
We need to force the issue here.
Yeah, and of course bringing on players that are hungry to want to make an impact gives that a little bit of an edge, doesn't it? And it gives your team a little bit of a spur and energy to give a little bit more.
I'm sure that's what the gaffer's got planned. Geelong obviously got other ideas.
Nice opportunity here. Well, touch wasn't exactly where it needed to go, but Geelong retain their attacking half now. Ball whipped in. Easily handled. Now the shot, and that one's ricocheted out for a corner.
Corner it is.
Needed to be dealt with in the end, and that's what it was exactly in the end.
Geelong are aware if they go behind, they'll have to open up, which would create some more disaster. So best form of defence is attack, I'd say, for them as well.
Absolutely.
Not too keen on getting things moving quickly, though, by the looks of it. But the gaffer, Mick, would certainly be anxious to get on the score sheet.
Yeah, Mick would have had those words. That flick towards the back post. Geelong Soccer Club trying to look for a way. It's a nice little ball. Ends up being cleared out. Samoa, and that's a great ball. It's gone straight to little Bill Boy. Lewis Gilboy, 1v1. There's a run towards the back if you can find. Was he going to go on his right? In the end, neither, unfortunately.
Urbina slipped over. I thought the ball was on there. You called it, Alex. There was a run on the right hand side.
Yeah,
would have been the better option in the end.
Samoa was definitely making that run. I think if Gilboy just put his head up and just tried to curve that one, he would have found him.
Yep. Then unfortunately Josh Urbina slipped over.
Yeah, a bit of slipping over tonight. Some of the players. It's not just Urbina. Tagaki was also one of those. Just gonna have to keep their composure. Referee happy to let that one go. Body usage was there. The chase was on as Geelong now go out wide. Play that ball centrally, and in the end had to be cleared out.
Just had to be hoofed away anywhere.
Yep. Semioy did his job. So, corner now for the away side. Easily dealt with by Samoa. I'll get that opportunity to recycle. Just got to be sure not to give it away there. Play that central. Over the top. Flicked back and an opportunity. Oh, it's 1-0. What a finish. But the flag's up, actually. The flag is up. And the referee, well, they played that quickly, but flag's up in the end, so no goal. They're complaining here, but they really should be defending, because look at this.
He's got away with one there, but...
Lovich, oh, that's a terrible tackle on Lovich. Referee should bring that back.
Irate at the moment. Geelong with that. I must admit, I didn't quite catch who was offside there, but Geelong nice and irate.
Not too sure.
Making play.
Chance now. Oh, almost. Referee gives the free kick.
Been struggling to stay on his feet on occasions there. Not sure whether the footwear...
So
there's discussions all around here with the linesman. referee. Need to get hold of the game a little bit here. Not a spectacle that the crowd wants to see, I wouldn't imagine. I'm sure there was a reason for it. Must have been called way offside earlier than that.
Yeah. Well, linesman had his flag up, so I'm sure there would have been a reason for that, even though we probably didn't catch it.
What it's done is given him some more armoury.
Yep. So it's a bit of spice in this second half. Things have happened. Trying to go back the other way. That wide in the end. McNewen.
A bit of a stunned silent by the black and white faithful here. I think we dodged a bullet in that one.
Definitely. The freak brings that one back.
As Tramontana's a judge to grab that one with his arm. More gaps appearing early in the second half.
Yep.
Geelong with that little bit of confidence, making the play.
Having to be sure as well. They get back and win that ball. Don't want to give Geelong another sniff, because you could see one shot, one goal very easily.
Plus the confidence that comes with it.
Yep, and the shot now that should be easily handled, which it is. Liam Price. Good little ball. He's gonna, just took a nice little trickle slide off the floor and easily picked up.
Just not narrowing as much as we did in the first half here. Plenty of gaps to be found.
Ball in behind.
This is the worry.
Ali Deli on the ball, plays it, and then that was a bit soft in the end, and he got away with it. Tramontana try to shield it, goes back out wide. Long now. Footwork great. Spin. A bit of razzle-dazzle to win a corner there. Fourth
well
corner.
To win the corner.
Yep. It's the number 10, Giovanni Glossi. Probably the most promising play when he gets on the ball for Geelong.
Yeah, ball's nice and close to his feet when he moves. It's always a sign of a confident player.
Absolutely. So, corner now. Sent towards the back. And that's headed and cleared out in the end. That one needs to be cleared out again.
Struggling to clear our lines here at the moment.
Good work there by Tramontana. Giovanni trying to whip that in. Not the type of ball that needs to be done, and that will be offside in the end. Kilboy. Fortunately caught offside. Second time tonight. So there's a chance here for Geelong to kind of stun the home side, because they've started to pick up a bit of confidence here as they go forward again. Just waiting for some support, some cavalry. The skipper, McNowan. Big switch. Zell in the end handles it.
It's been first taught for the last few minutes.
Yeah, he's really put his body on the line. Got stuck in there to win a throw-in too.
He's right to say that. Lukalovich just imploring us to gather our strength again, look a little bit dishevelled.
I think they're still a bit shell-shocked about the goal, which wasn't paid in the end.
Yeah.
Just got to reset that mentality and just...
No need to panic. Just refocus, reset.
Plenty of time in this game. We are only to the 59th minute, so time is not as the essence, as I like to say. Still a bit of time to lapse until we start worrying about the clock.
Plenty of time. Plenty of time at the moment. But
yep, that's a good ball.
It's a lovely ball.
Oh, in the end, read well.
And see what that goal's done. It's just given them a lot of courage.
Yeah, just also been a little bit, as you can see, they're trying to go through the corridor through the middle, and they're happy to do that and take a bit of a risk.
For me, there's a lot more gap now appearing between the back and the centre, so there's a lot of space to exploit both teams.
They sniffed the opportunity as well, Geelong. Does require them to also have to take a bit of risks as well to get a goal. And I think that's the only real way for them to really get one, unless... Got to be careful there. Oof.
Just groans and moans all round as Geelong think they're entitled to the throw-in.
Yeah. It was,
must be a bit of dew on the pitch here. There's a few players slipping and sliding.
Flicked in the air. Opportunity now for Geelong. Sent out wide. Happy to hold this ball up. Tarkovsky sends that one back, and Geelong going. I was going to say about to go route one, but they thought better of it. Happy to retain a bit of possession through the middle. That ball over the top now. Probably a bit too much on it, like you said, it's a bit dewy, so the ball will skip off the grass here at CB Smith Reserve.
It's the controlled ball movement that we're looking for, Alex. The grass will do its thing, but
got to give it a bit.
We need to be the one in control of it.
Yeah, and if you're going to play those balls over the top, you've got to give it a bit of a backspin so it doesn't slide too far forward. One of those tricky techniques to pick up and learn.
At least have some more options.
Yep. That's not the ball though. Dilly. That's a good little pass. Goes wide. Sent in and cleared out. Had to be in the end. Trentana make sure that one ends up going out. It's the throw in.
Geelong Marshall just clapping every move and commentating as we go along.
Yep.
Passion does run deep in our game.
Does. So, Rory McCone throws it in. It's it back, Rory. Comes back off him in the end.
This time it's the Zebras who remonstrate.
That one was definitely back off the skipper from Geelong. Well, we had the perfect angle. I'm not too sure if the linesman did. But the referee's there to overrule him if you think so. Hopefully nothing comes off it. Bit of pressure. Rory gets that back. Sends it in. Low ball. Trajectory. It's those weird trajectories where it comes in low and a bit of pace. And when you're seeing that coming at you, I definitely want to just get rid. But a bit of a scuff off the side of the boot and it goes out for a corner.
Bit fortunate there. 10 mils further on. Could have ricocheted into the near post.
Yep.
Need to contest this one.
They do. And they do have... you can see Geelong don't really want to commit the bodies forward as well. They've got two players sitting in the back here. Happy to leave it as it is. And Price does his job in the end. Rubina goes out wide. Lovich ends up deflecting. And that one probably not where it needed to go in the end. Makes up for it in the end.
Just on the back foot at the moment.
So we are going to see another change here. This was the change you were for, yeah, Felipe Sanchez is the change you were mentioning to me at half time.
Yeah, and he sacrificed defensive midfielder, looks like Parascos.
So he actually did come on for the injured Kandari, so he's...
You don't see that often, but...
Not really.
In terms of the game management, we need to do something.
Game locked at 0-0. You probably don't see that change if it's a 1-0 lead.
No.
But,
no, you don't. But like I say, we actually need to carry the game forward now.
Yeah. Gets in that territory where goal needs to be found. Samoa actually gets the free kick. Well done.
Been held up. I was going to say, it looks like he's been held up there.
Well spotted by the referee. So that one's been taken. Almost spilled in the direction of the Brunswick free kick. Or
second ball on the pitch.
Yeah, second ball on the pitch, yep, gotcha. That one's hit the other ball as well.
Looks like comedy capers at the moment. Not sure whether it's Geelong ball, training ball, or are they...
Yeah. So long one sent forward. Ball one. Yellow cards out. Tagaki, yeah. Not too happy about the Geelong players.
He's not quite sure what's happened. Ren. He's definitely Ren Tagaki, but...
Probably get a better view of it here ourselves. Oh yeah, there's a high boot in the end. Referee had the card out pretty quickly. Just hopefully...
In a good position to see it. I don't think it was a lunging tackle. I think he's just had his boot up.
Yeah, and it's the skipper actually that's down for Geelong, Rory. Going. Hopefully he's okay. Those ones sting, don't they, in this type of weather?
Yes, especially. Even though the body's warmed up, the surrounding air is still cool.
It is, and I guess while we have the stoppage, I might as well bring to you our favourite and lovely sponsor, Joe's Quality Corner at Preston Market, a family-owned and operated business with a large range of quality meats and sausages. So please do go and check that out. And of course, without them, the stream won't be possible. So,
correct. Just let him know you're from here, and he'll definitely look after you.
Yeah, he will. So taking that free kick. Now, it was Rubina. Tried to find a way out of there. No free kick.
Can report at 67-minute mark as here, Middlesbrough United 1, North Geelong Warriors 3. So the Warriors running away with that one.
There you go. Ball sent long, flicked on though. Needs to be dealt with. It is. Price will get that one.
Nice and tight at the top of the table. All bunched up, all within a couple of points of each other, but three teams. Eltham dropped a couple of points today. The last thing the black and white crew want to do is do likewise.
Yeah, I want to capitalise on these opportunities. It's a long ball. The referee will bring that back.
Tramontana Kennon's into the fence as well, but the ball will come back for a Gilboy free kick.
Gilboy.
And now it's the turn of Nick Simioy to have a discussion as the captain. He's done a bad job, the referee. A couple of little instances that threatened to override the game. He's been able to peg it back. Lukalovic. Lining up.
It's a good ball. Just have to... Oh, no. In the end. Just a bit too much on it.
Too close.
Josefovski taking his time. Dully fighting up with Tramontana with that one, and Tramontana wins it, but it goes out for a throw-in. So we're coming towards the business end of the game. And every moment in this match matters. That ball, that's a lunging tackle. Lovic won the ball, but
I'll never be sure about that. I mean,
linesman probably gave him the word. That was
Lovic has ended up with the ball at his feet after one movement. The other player's gone over. There's no malice in it as he helps him up, but referee's obviously seen it as you were second to it.
Yeah. And Rory again enjoying a couple of stinging challenges tonight. He's been on the floor a couple times now. No card for Lovic, which is at least
I think it was quite obvious there was no intent there other than to win the ball.
Yeah. This one's a little bit further out. We had one in the first half where the shot was palmed away from Price. This one will be swinged in. Didn't even beat the first defender. Good boy trying to get into that one. Rory, on the other hand, something else to say about it. That ball kept in. Trekovsky played that ball through and that one cleared out. So we've seen 4 substitutes for the home side and none for Geelong. And when are we going to see a change for the away side is the question.
Don't know. I think they quite fancy themselves. That goal, that disallowed goal, has given them the impetus here. It almost feels like we're one behind. But we're not, of course.
Definitely feels
They've
like
just
it.
lifted.
Yep. Just got to be.
We don't look as. The formations don't look as accurate as they were.
Yeah, needs to be a bit of composure as well. That one's one. Lovic, definitely.
That's a free kick. No, he's let it run.
That one's a good ball. He's onside? No, he's off. Gilboy caught offside for the 3rd time this evening.
Don't think he was looking at. He was looking at the ball rather than looking where he was, but he definitely was offside for that one.
Yeah. Referee just making his way over to the away bench to discuss.
First and only warning by the looks of it. Don't want to hear any more. There's the body language.
It's fair. Making himself heard. And flag was up. The ball just needs to be taken from that area of the pitch. And again, time going to be something of how much will we see, because there's going to be a bit of stoppage time, surely.
Looks like another change coming up for Brunswick Juventus.
Yeah, this will be the 5th and final, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So
Mitch Graham coming on.
yeah,
And
it's going to be Giselle. Or Giselle.
then put in a big shift, Jamie Gazelle.
Yeah, Jamie Gazelle is the man. So Mitchell Graham, final sub.
Like for like there. Full back for full back. Just fresh legs, I'd imagine. Maybe a bit more impetus. Jamie's covered a lot of kilometres tonight. I don't think he's injured. Looked like he's walking across okay.
Yeah, I think more of a tactical than anything else, it seemed. But yeah, there's going to be some sort of urgency about the play here now. May need to take a couple of risks. Brunswick, they are a team of late goals, so I mean, you don't want to be biting your nails as of yet, but you may be soon if this is still locked at 0-0. And now we'll see a first change here for the away side. And he's going to be Jake Talevsky, who's making his way off.
Didn't quite see the number that come on.
There was Talan Krul the number 22. I believe. Number 22. So Talon, sorry. Referee gives the handball.
Handball against Felipe Sanchez there. Not quite sure what happened there.
Nice to take a little glance off it. Not too sure, but I mean, these are the moments where it just gets slowed right down. Wayside will take as much as they can off the clock. Getting close and to that 75th minute, and we've seen opportunities in this game with Samoa and Gilboy in the first half, more or less, but I mean, the home side could have easily had a goal, I'd say.
Well, Gilboy's shot there, as I say, looked like it was going to nestle into the bottom corner, but it didn't, went wide.
Yeah. And then
really haven't put too many things together since then.
Yeah.
Geelong sort of a little bit on the rise since that disallowed goal.
That's right. Tagaki has had to drop in deep to try and get involved. Ball though, it's a good little ball.
Crafted.
This could be the opportunity, and in the end that will go out. No, kept in. There's a foul. It is. Edge of the box.
Gee, it just looks like it's inside for all intensive purposes. We obviously can't see the line from here, but
It's definitely on the
nice ball constructed by Aresti there, which Mitch Graham didn't get onto.
Yeah, just on the outside of the box there. Definitely risky though. Don't want to give too many free kicks away near the box.
And we make the most out of this, Alex.
Yep. This one's going to be chipped in. We're going to see a header. It is. Just cleared out in the end. Lovic using that body of his, the frame of Luka Lovic. Retains the ball. Brunswick Juventus needing to speed up and make some inroads to a goal, an opportunity at least. Big switch on. Gilboy, good touch. Just forced back. Got a holding. Tramontana. Price. Aresti. He's given it away, and in the end, luckily, it was Samoa quick to respond and ensure to win that one back.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4 across the front here.
Not the right ball.
Just not able to hang on to that ball constructively enough at the moment.
Well, they've used all their substitutes, Brunswick Juventus, so
Should be fresh legs. Just a bit of urgency is required, I think, with the correct ball will get us another opportunity.
yeah. Just got to be ready to pounce on any opportunities. That ball, just a hit and hope, Geelong, and they'll win that one. Good opportunity here. That one's just spurred back off. Lovic.
You're never going to back away from those, Lovic.
No. Stayed in play. Samoa. Takaki was there. The referee gives the advantage. Sent forward.
Nice win at Simioyan does.
As well. Good body usage by Lovic as well to win that. Gilboy needs to stay on side, and unfortunately in the end that ball was not it. Probably going to have to loft that one over for him to get onto Geelong. Done pretty well to intercept those type of balls tonight. Be in the right position.
That final ball isn't what we're seeking. No pace on that one. Giving giving Sanchez no opportunity to get to it.
And he hasn't had a lot of touches himself, Sanchez. Over Gilboy's head, Lovich gets that one. Nice little ball. Touch had to be importantly brought in. It was Sanchez who did that. Ball needs to be short. Aresti done well. Tramontana. Nice little ball through. That's a good ball as well. And in the end, oh, it's a very important challenge.
Great comeback by the defender there.
Had to be sure of it too, because if he got none of the ball, it would have been a
Switched
penalty.
the angles there a couple of times. We looked like we were going sideways, but all of a sudden there's a through ball from Lovich down the middle.
That's right. So Ali Dully going to be the first or second substitute for tonight. So it looks like a like for like. Number 3, potentially. For so Moonwa coming on for Geelong. Probably not like for like. Looks like just a player swap. 2 different positions. Tagaki. Here he is again. Plays that wide. Bit slow at the moment. Need to try and find a better rhythm here. Brunswick, if they want to try and create some better opportunities. That's a risky clearance across the ground. Pressure is on.
Hands down.
Gaki does well. Ensures that ball is kept with Brunswick. Lovich now. Asking for someone. Ends up going back to Tramontana, who gets outbodied. And now the opportunity reckons here. That ball, in the end, didn't work out at all. That ball at the top, though, might be good for Gilboy. Gilboy is onside. Goes back to Rubina. Gaki. Not the type of night he's wanted.
An opportunity for a 1-2 with Sanchez on the edge of the box.
Yep.
Chose to go it alone. All of a sudden we've got a man spare here on the outside.
Yep, this is danger. Spells, danger. It's gone towards the back. And Geelong in the end blocked. Importantly blocked in the end. Samoa trying to get around.
Eased off it. Good work by the defender there. Just eased him off with his forearm.
Yep. Nice little drill pass to Tchaikovsky.
Bit of space is appearing here.
That ball over the top. Rory. Oh, he's just taken it. And talk about adventurous.
Yep. Price
coming all the way out. And that's a foul.
I mentioned that in the first half. Doesn't mind a little adventure every now and again, Liam Price.
Yep.
On that occasion, it works well for us.
Yeah. He's had to make an adventure to come down from WA to the beautiful land of Melbourne, eh?
Yep.
But that time, made the right decision to come out and win that ball. And that ball, it's kicked into Samoa, I think, yep.
We tick over the 82nd minute mark. Here's time to get moving for both teams with an opportunity to take the game.
Yeah, so these are the moments where we started saying time is of the essence now for both sides. I think if we're going to be pretty honest and open, Joe. I think Geelong would be almost happy to take a 0-0 over, obviously, Brunswick wanting to get this goal.
Yeah, they would be, but having said that, they'd feel like they had the better of the second half so far.
Yep, and that's a good ball, though. Substitute. It's come on. Is he going to make an impact? Well, that ball's gone at the back. Price needs to get there. Does in the end. And he'll get a goal kick. Really, really well done. Price read that early, and that's the type of stuff you need from your goalkeepers to make those decisions and execute them. Pretty much save the goal.
I'll say it again, he's had a great season, Liam Price.
Yep. And he's trying to get that one going quick. He knows that they don't have much of.
Just kept on side there by Theo Resti coming back late.
Yep. It's a matter of when are they going to start forcing this ball forward. I mean, they can pass this about, but it's just not going to work if Samoa can get it here. And in the end, smart by Thomas Josefsky. Make sure to pick that one up in his box and take a few more seconds off the clock. Coming into the 85th minute, Brunswick locked at a 0-0 with the away side of Geelong. If you are tuning in now, you're probably thinking to yourself, did it come at a good time? There hasn't been a host of chances, but the better ones have been for the home side. And a goal disallowed, which we still weren't too sure about. And there's an opportunity maybe here. It's been taken wide, and in the end, cleared. Very, very important clearance in the end.
Lovich in the right place at the right time.
Who'd been up. Wins and does well.
Lovich again. This time finds Gilboy with some space.
Gilboy offside.
Would have been offside.
He's caught off again, Gilboy.
Well defended by Lovich, running into the exposed space, shall we say.
Yeah, and then there was just that opportunity not too long ago.
As I say, I'd say Geelong would definitely be considering that they've had the better of this half so far.
Yeah, thought for a second Geelong maybe a chance to shoot a goal, ended up passing it, cutting it back, being unselfish. But now they can open up for another chance. Price out early, done well. Read that pass, and now Lovich trying to take the game on himself. Plays that ball wide.
Bit of ebb and flow at the moment now.
Yeah, desperation from both sides.
Sanchez, heavy touch.
Yep.
We maintain it.
Gets it back, Sanchez. Does well. Takaki. Try to find a little 1-2. In the end, comes back out. And goal kick in the end.
Takaki just knocked off the ball.
Yep. And
both teams sensing they can pinch it late. Out of the two, I don't think a draw is what we were looking for.
yeah. Definitely one of those frustrating games. Flag down, ball over the top. Not a good one though. Chance here. Mitchell Graham, yeah. He has a bit of a run forward. Flag is still down. Small plays it back. Lovich.
Just a heavy touch, the first one by Lovich. Did everything right.
Flag stays down. Lovich tries to flick it forward, does. No player to move on to it. And in the end, it was Tramontano who run that.
Just letting him go, Tremor. Nice and keen still, but they were giving away a free kick.
No foul, just a throw. So definitely coming closer to these final stages of the game. We aren't far away from the referee.
It's taken about 10 metres there.
Gee whiz.
May have done that on purpose. May have done that on purpose.
It's McTaggart, actually, yeah.
It's another minute cooked.
Jake McTaggart. Probably being smart about that one, trying to
That's what we call the dark arts, Alex.
Yeah, it is. Can't really book that either, can you?
No.
Tchaikovsky doing his best to try and retain the ball for Geelong. And these moments really matter now. And that is a good interception, but stays in play. Brunswick. Samol was the target, didn't get it in the end. Goes the other way. Desperation now. There's space through the middle. Geelong. Can they find it? Tchaikovsky, a bit of a softball, but the touch. No touch there was. And Tramontana will go into the book.
Doesn't argue with it because
he knows
he had no choice there.
Yeah, that had danger written all over, didn't it?
Yeah.
Probably the right decision in the end by Tramontana to bring his man down. He's quite far out as well.
Taylor Kurul was all by himself on the right-hand side here. Anxious moments. The 89th minute.
Yep.
Could be a bit of time in this, one would suggest.
Yeah, there's definitely been some sort of stoppages. That one is going to be a goal kick.
Goal kick.
Right decision in the end. So this is the moment for players to make their name.
Just
Unfortunately,
not accurate enough, that pass.
Good opportunity, good footwork. Goes wide in the end. And Geelong building forward. It's going to be a cross. It's going to be a low one. And in the end,
does well, Pricey, to get down to his right because that took a deflection, and I dare say that was on its way in.
The trajectory of that would have definitely been an awkward one.
I bet you with the ball astray there, it causing the turnover.
You can't be giving those balls away in those areas.
Thought he'd come right, the boy. He's gone back inside. To the outside, correction.
Yep. Taking a slight deflection.
Was going in, did take a deflection.
Price in the right place at the right time. Whipped in. The header! Oh, what a save!
Liam Price, and there's 3 points saved. A nice save by the West Australian.
Big save.
Big save, context of the game.
Yep.
3 points saved.
Geelong at that point thought they had won it.
Haven't seen the board go up.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
It looks like, yep, that's what I saw here, 3 minutes. So not a lot of time, actually.
No.
I would have thought maybe 4 or 5.
I
But
would have thought 5.
But that being said, we're already into the 91st minute, so ball in, cleared out. Oh, kind of wish that one was picked up by Tagaki. He was facing that way, and
just some communication.
Yeah, definitely. That's a risky one. Oh, good. Well won.
Not enough numbers forward. Here we go.
It's one of those ones.
Oh, referees plucked this one.
Yeah, probably unnecessary for Gilboy to really run into him. He could have just avoided that contact altogether, and they would have got away with that one. As much as referees been pretty consistent tonight on those calls. You'll see, yep. Just running straight into him. That ball straight picked up. Price needs to be quick. Got to move out the way.
Got to get some numbers up there. He rolls it out.
Tramontana sends it down the line. Lot to chase.
A tough one.
Yep, thrown.
It's a tough one.
Yep.
Geelong with the throw.
Yep. We're into the last minute here of the 3 promised minutes. We're going to see some late magic here. Moving forward, players holding each other, playing. The game goes on. Ball over the top. Opportunity here for Giovanni Colossi. Bit of a spin, pirouette, bit unnecessary. Ball now over the top. Flag is down.
He's onside.
Gilboy, this could be the moment. Do Brunswick win it? Ball back post, still in play. The shot blocked again and cleared out.
Offside, coming back from offside, doesn't raise his
Can't-
flag because
yeah.
we have the ball.
Yeah, doesn't attempt to try and go for it. We're into that last moment now. Referee just holding that whistle for just a moment. Got to go forward here, Brunswick. Got to find a pass to split that defence. Played in that area. Ball in. Opportunity now. Is it in? Oh, it's across the line. I thought that was in for a second.
Albino was going to just tap that over the line.
Yep. Back in again. And
This time he holds on to the only one he's held on all night.
Yep, and that's it. That's the final whistle. The referee, I believe, pulled his... No, not yet.
No, not yet.
I thought he put his
It's
whistle in
3
his
minutes
mouth.
up.
We are into the almost the 94th minute here. I think he's just checking in
Yeah,
the state of...
goalkeeper's going
Thomas.
to ensure that it's the last minute.
Yeah, Thomas Yosovsky. And it's been a night of the goalkeepers almost. They've had to make some crucial saves in those key moments. Managing of these last moments of this match. And that is it. The final whistle. And a 0-all draw at CB Smith Reserve. Unfortunately, Joe, not the result for the home side.
No, but Cheerios from North Geelong Warriors, who triumphed 4-1 over Whittlesea United. It won't be the scoreline that the Zebras were looking for. Tough match. Both teams will probably think that they've had opportunity to win it. They
Yep.
both have.
Yeah, there was some key moments there. Gilboy in the first half, and then Greg Samoa's shot when he just came on in the second half, and the disallowed goal, which we still, I guess, at this moment, we're a bit like not sure what happened, but the flag was raised for offside, so we're going to trust the decision of the linesman.
It goes for you or goes against you, but that's the way they saw it, and that's the way it has to stand.
Yeah, pick of man of the match. Do you have anyone that you think that would have it?
I thought Gilboy worked hard all game, but I thought Liam Price was outstanding tonight. Some of the defenders were well. Just didn't think we had enough cutting edge to go forward, so couldn't pick anybody from there yet.
No,
Hindsight might be different, but
I think so too, yeah.
solid match by both teams, but nobody really...
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that's the end of proceedings here at CB Smith's Reserve. And it is Brunswick Juventus 0, Geelong Soccer Club 0. So just closing in with the final thing we wanted to mention was the main sponsor. It is Joe's Qualities Corner, Preston Market, a family-owned and operated business with a large range of quality meats and sausages. So give him a yelp, go down, let him know you're from town, and he'll sort you out. Otherwise, ready to clock off here, Joe. And
Thank you, Alex.
wish everyone the best here. Stay warm, I guess, the main thing.
That is, and we'll catch you at the next broadcast.
Can't wait to see you guys. Take care for now. Bye-bye.